What's up, Internet? It's Cody Steffen, the owner and operator of Omen Inc. in Buffalo, New York, and today we got a package from CNC. They're a tattoo supply company that also has machines, and they just recently sent us a machine. It's their E77 Pro. It is a 4.0 millimeter stroke. With that, we've got an in-depth video for you guys today, so let's begin. Hello everybody, and welcome to the unboxing portion of this video, where I'm going to open up the box that carrying case originally came in. Now, as you can see, the logo there, CNC. Then on the opposite side, there is the 4.0 millimeter stroke and a little bit more information about the machine. I'll go into that information in detail later, but here is the traveling case. As you can see, CNC's big logo right on the front. Zippers also have the CNC logoing, and then it's got a lanyard holder. And the case does feel pretty durable and very squishy, so the case itself should protect a machine nicely. As we open it, we'll be greeted with some foam padding and the cord, and also the manual in that front pouch. Now, the foam padding is what's going to keep your machine protected. Looking through the manual a little bit, it's just basic information about your machine. You can go over that if you decide to buy one, but I'll go over all the information in this video. Then we're greeted also with the charging cable that is a braided cord. I like that because of durability. And then we're greeted with the machine after we lift up the thin layer of foam padding. The machine itself is going to have a battery already attached to it, a second battery off to the side, and some O-rings that we'll go over in a minute. But the battery is held on with 3 pressure-fitted ball bearings, so whatever orientation the machine is clipped to the battery will still power it. Then here are the O-rings. Get a whole bunch of them. So I'm not really sure if you're going to ever use those, because I very rarely have O-rings break on my pen machines, but if it ever breaks, you have plenty of replacements. These stickers are probably going to be impossible to get off with gloves. That's why I took the stickers off of the battery attached to the machine, but we'll give it a try. I don't think it's going to work. So anyways, this is the second battery that you're going to get in your thing, and if you power it on, you see the CNC logo in the top left, you see the battery in the top right, you see the voltage, you see the time and the frequency. So you get all the information that you need if you keep track of how much time you're tattooing based on your machine. Then you have that timer, and then this also all the way goes up to 12 volts. And then it will also go all the way down to 5 volts. So I'll show you that right now. And here you have it. 5 volts all the way up to 12 volts. That is honestly, for a 4.0 millimeter machine, a perfect range of power. You can use this for black and gray shading. You can use this for color packing, and you can use this for lining. I will be doing all 3 of those in this video when I go to the tattooing portion. But I will also let you know that this machine isn't going to be very good at black and gray shading because it is a 4.0. Other than that, here is the sound of the machine. It's got a very nice hum to it. It doesn't sound like it's grinding, doesn't sound like the motor is bogging down or anything like that. And then taking off the actual grip to the machine, it takes a lot of unscrewing because it actually threads down on those threads completely. And then once it's threaded on, then it'll start spinning the machine on the ball bearings, and you'll hear those clicks. And that is how you adjust your actual throw of the machine. We're going to turn it all the way up to 12. Definitely sounds like the motor is running very hard when it's at 12, but I don't really feel like you'd ever need it at 12 to tattoo. Now let's run the machine up to an 8.0. That is where I would naturally run this machine, anywhere from a 7.5 to an 8.5, just because that's where my skills are, how I tattoo, and the style of tattooing that I do. That's perfect for it. On to the tattooing portion and demonstration while talking about the machine specs, but wrapping it, I just use barrier film on both halves of the machine and then some grip tape. makes it really easy. And then I'm also going to be using the fire cartridges from CNC because they sent me these as well. So I'll be using a 9-round liner and a 15 curve mag from these needles specifically. Now on to the demonstration portion of this video where I'm going to be tattooing a Pokeball on my lovely client, and I want to give a huge shout out to her for coming in last minute for a random tattoo just so I was able to do a review video for all of you. So again, give her a round of applause, and let's get into the specs while you watch me do some color packing. Now the specs of this machine are going to be a 3.7 volts battery. The battery capacity is going to be 1600 milliamps, and that's going to equate to a 3 to 5 hour battery life, and that's going to be on fully charged. Now the charge time for this machine from empty to fully charged is only 2 hours, so you can get 6 to 10 hours worth of battery life on the 2 batteries that you have in the package. If for any reason you have to tattoo longer than that, obviously while you're using the second battery, you can be charging the first battery that died, and it should be fully charged by the time the second battery is also dead. So there you have it. Also, this machine is very lightweight at 224 grams, made out of aircraft aluminum, and it's also going to allow it to be very easy to clean, especially with any of your stuff like cavicide, maticide, viricide. You can also autoclave the grip, and you can carefully wipe down the machine and just make sure that you wrap it properly and you'll be good to go. The battery, the machine, it all seems pretty solid when I'm holding it in my hand and I'm using it. It also has an advanced coreless motor, and that coreless motor is going to extend the life of your motor itself. It's also going to be pretty strong for it being a rotary pen machine. And then with that, it also has a stitch frequency of 83 to 199 hertz. If you ever pay attention to your hertz more than you do your voltage, that is going to be good for all of you artists that rather use hertz to describe how you're tattooing than the volts of the battery itself. Again, it's also a 4.0 millimeter stroke, and that's going to be important to know because that's going to really play into all of the things this machine is capable of. Overall, this machine is going to be good at pretty much anything. It's a well-rounded machine, simple as that. It's great at lining, it's great at color packing, as you can see with these reds, and I use different types of reds in this tattoo. I use 3 types of reds, so you'll see those gradients in the final product at the end of the video, but it was effortless to do color packing. And the only thing that was really hard to do was probably the black and gray shading, just because it is a 4.0 millimeter stroke. Black and gray shading, I had to run the machine a little lower, and I definitely had to push against the skin a little softer and build up those gradients a little bit slower than I would have if I was using a 3.2 to a 3.5 millimeter stroke. But again, 4.0 just hits the skin a little harder. And then also for me personally, lining with this machine wasn't as pleasant as me using my other machines that I have, because I do like a 4.5 or even a 5 millimeter stroke when I'm doing lining. And that's just because I love the machine hitting a little harder, because my hand speed when I'm doing lining is a little faster than most people. And I get crisp, clean lines. For example, when I'm using my Bishop Power Wand, which is another type of machine, the same style, and I use their liner, which is a 5.0 millimeter stroke. But beyond that, again, this machine is well rounded and really good. So let's get into the next part of this video. Now we're into the end of the video, so enjoy the demonstration of me tattooing some light blues and whites into the skin in that light source in the center of the Pokeball. But moving on, I want to transition into opinions and reviews, and specifically other people's opinions, because my opinion is going to be at the end of the video. But I am fully transparent, and I like to explain as much about the product as possible, so we're going to go over onto Amazon. Now, this machine is available on CNC's official website, but it is also available on Amazon, where they're giving a huge discount sale over on Amazon's products. So with that, you're going to be able to get the machine for significantly cheaper. We'll go over those price points in a minute, but I really wanted to be transparent with you all and go over Amazon reviews first. Now on this product, there are only 11 Amazon reviews as of right now because this machine is fairly new and the reviews are still coming out. So I just recently got the machine from them. And again, yes, I did get the machine for free to provide this review, but I also want to give you a mention that I only work with companies that allow me to be 100% transparent with all of you because you trust me with these reviews and I want to make sure that I'm giving you the best review possible. And if it's a bad product, I'm going to let you know. With that, this Amazon review, out of the 11 reviews that there is one that is a 2-star. The other 10 reviews are 5-star. So just put that into note and into perspective when I tell you what the review is. The 2-star review on March 4th, 2025 was, one of my batteries doesn't work unless you twist it and get it at the right angle. Other than that, great product. So even though they left a 2-star review, they're still saying it's a great product. Now I then went over to CNC and I messaged them directly about this issue and I asked them, what would you do in a situation like this? They then provided me with insurance that their products have a 1-year manufacturer's warranty, and if there is an issue upon receiving your product, you will be able to get a full replacement. They actually will send you the battery and they won't even ask you to send it back because if it's broken, they're not going to want it. They're just going to send you a new battery, and their shipping times are great. You'll get the battery back in the same week that you tell them you're having an issue. And likewise with the machine itself, if the motor in the machine is broken or there's something wrong with the machine, they will then send you a new machine. So feel free to reach out to CNC directly on any matters involving any issues with any products that you purchase because they are guaranteeing that they will work with you, which is saying something about their company because I've worked with other companies in the past that don't give that type of customer service. And if you buy a machine from them, it is very hard to get a hold of their customer service and very hard to get a replacement on your machines. And I've worked with a couple of those companies. I will not name in this video because this video is specifically pertaining to CNC and their machine, but man, do I have a story for you if you all ever want to hear it. Make sure you comment down below in the comment section and I will make a video explaining the horrors of some of the tattoo companies out there. Other than that, let's get into the price point. So price point for this machine is going to be a wonderful $329.98 normally. And that's an emphasis on normally because at right now, I will say that they have a super jackpot savings right now on CNC's website for $199.98. But for a limited time, you can get it for $137, and that $137 is going to be found over on Amazon. So $137.99 over on Amazon. You are going to want to use the link down below in the description and it'll take you to that savings deal. And that link is also providing you with my 10% discount that I'm able to offer you for making this review for you and working with CNC. So that is your price point that you have. A very great beginner level, entry level machine, but also a great machine for the professionals as well. And as you can see by the tattoo in the background of this video, how good the machine really works. And that is where I come down to my final notes. It is a 4.0. It's well-rounded and versatile in lining, shading, and color packing. And it's got a pretty solid battery life. And honestly, the machine is really light and it was comfortable to use for this tattoo. So if you like the results of the tattoo in this video and you want to tattoo like I did in this video with just one machine specifically, This machine has a battery life of 6 to 10 hours in total across its 2 batteries, and it has a pretty quick charge time from empty to full. And with that, all the specs on the machine seem pretty solid. So there's my final review. There's my opinion on the machine. And with that, if you want to purchase it right now for a limited time at $137.99 and get a huge, over half savings on this machine, I would go and click the link right now in the bio. I'm not making any money off of the sales of this machine also. I want to preface that. This was just a review. The only payment I got was the machine itself. So now I have the machine. If you want it, make sure you go and pick it up. But this is the full review of CNC's E77 Pro 4.0 stroke wireless tattoo machine with dual batteries and a travel case. Alright guys, thank you all so much for trusting in me for your reviews, and if there's any other products out there that you want me to review, make sure you comment them down below in the description, and I'll see if I can make a review video and work with those companies. With that, have a good day, and I'll see y'all in the next one.